Spudger. 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 Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space spudger a diet of pure nostalgia. I'm Clay, and
I'm Don.
he is. And tonight, we've got a spudger. It's all spudger all night. Oh, yeah, I was suspecting that the mics do still work when we're doing the intro.
I didn't think you wanted to do that during the intro, so I was okay.
But yeah, you know, a little bit of spudger. Yeah, it kind of creeps into you. It makes you feel all spudger. So, no, tonight we are talking about Transformers Armada. We are going to be looking at some of the Decepticon troops from the
Thundercracker.
and Starscream feels Thundercracker, looks Thundercracker. I don't know. I can't understand what he's saying. And it doesn't make sense anyway, so it doesn't matter if you can understand what he's saying because he just looks Thundercracker. Anyway, we are actually here to feed a friendly space robot, and so...
A diet of pure spudgers?
No, a diet of pure nostalgia. And speaking of which, where is Retrobot?
Well, I made sure I told him I was coming.
Huh, can we look at the nanny cam? Let me press some buttons here, and yeah, can we see the nanny cam maybe? Oh dear. Hey, buddy? Buddy, are you okay?
I'm sure he's fine.
Well, that's in front of D&E. I don't understand what we're Buddy?
He's fine. He's fine.
Whoa.
Play in traffic.
No.
No, traffic's the other way.
Where?
Well, he's heading to D&E. He's gonna go into. He mostly made it.
Oh, that's
fine. It's totally fine. It's nothing.
Buddy, hey, you drove him to this.
I did. Well, he could use some driving lessons, so you know. Just say, did you? He missed traffic by a mile. I mean,
he'll be gone at the end of the evening, pal. It's okay. He's not staying the night. So well, I guess Retrobot is elsewhere, but moving onward, and that doesn't mean that he can't still absorb the nostalgia. You know, he actually
maybe he's on a diet of pure ammonia. That could be Retrobot on ammonia. Yeah.
I don't think that would be good for him.
He looked fine. He was fine.
So
everything's fine.
So show and tell. We're going to do the show and tell. So first show and tell.
No,
don't.
Nom.
No, not. It's not. His name is not Nom.
They should make. You got to have one. And his name should be Nom.
Dun, 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 dun. see, it's the shark fin. You know. Dun, 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 dun. It's like chalk. Anyway, yeah. So this is the finished product of my original Gen 1 Gnaw, which which I got at D&E Collectibles for what, 10, 15 bucks? I mean, you know, like a very good price. He's actually not in too bad of shape, except that he didn't have the arms and he didn't have the tail. There's a few other minor things that are less than perfect, but he still looks pretty decent. But he did need a tail and arms, and so
part of the easily lost parts list, he checked every box.
Yes. So we did a Patreon-only stream just, what was that, just this past weekend?
Yeah.
And we kit bashed, this is actually the part of the Cyber Arms upgrade kit for Final Faction, and then these forearms used to belong to Studio Series Grimlock. But since last week, we upgraded Studio Series Grimlock with some new arms. These really look the part for my Sharky here. And then
fantastic! Oh, fantastic!
So yeah, I'm really happy with how this looks, and it gives me more articulation on these things than you ever got with the original Gen 1 toy. We also have the ball and the spiky ball tail, which we cut off of another toy and then added a handle, and I just did a little blue detail. I know that it's supposed to be all blue, but I just thought that looks dumb, so I did it in silver and then just did a little bit of blue with the tail. But yeah, I'm excited about this. I'm very happy to have a Gen 1 Sharky. And so yeah, that was a fun project, and for those patrons that saw that stream, thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed the process, especially the part where I walked away from the camera to get tools and all there was an empty chair.
The easily top host was empty chair. For all of you out there that would like to see it but aren't patrons yet, be a patron and you can see it there. All those patron videos.
That's some good shilling. We've got what, like 3 patron only videos or something.
Look.
That's still all.
It's still all.
But more.
Absolutely.
That does not make you the new leader.
Totally does. Totally.
So we also got G.I. Joe Classified Series in retro blister packaging. Baroness, and look, she's got like makeup on. She actually looks like
you don't want to focus
Mrs. Herman Munster's wife. She looks like Lily Munster,
but not Lily Munster from the Rob Zombie reboot.
No. This is from the 1960s. The OG Munsters. Interesting package, you know, like it's cool in a retro sense. It's kind of oversized, and I feel like it will be very difficult to keep this nice. But they did it. So no. That's a huge violation of the do not put anything that Monica owns in your mouth rule either. Here, I'm gonna give that to you since some people can't be trusted. So yes, let's see. Also, we picked up something today that they gave us just a ridiculous deal on. Let me go ahead and change this. We picked up Omnibot 2000. Retrobot came with us, but for some reason he kind of shut himself down as soon as Omnibot came out. I don't know what was going on there, but he just he didn't...
Retro replacement.
It's not going to be a replacement. It's not a replacement.
Replacement, and it's so much nicer and better. I mean, honestly, I mean, look. You know, it's definitely another retro robot, but I mean, Retrobot doesn't have to feel threatened or anything. We nobody's gonna take his place. Junkie.
You know, that's just, You are the reason. You are the reason why he was drinking ammonia.
No.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
I think so. So anyway, we have toasts. Let's do toasts. I have a caffeinated, sugar-free. I guess since it's not an adult beverage, it's a child beverage. Well, no, kids just drink the sugar. So this is a middle-aged man beverage. So a toast to Rob S. A toast to Tie Guy. That's my impression of a TIE fighter, by the way. See, these are the wings. See, it sounds exactly the same. So anyway, a toast to Tie Guy.
Or a Wookiee.
I can't do a Wookiee. A toast to Joy. Joy to the live stream. Joy is here. A toast to the Machiavellic. A toast to Colleen. And a toast to a name that I have not seen before. This is Aliens and Space. Welcome to the live stream, Aliens and Space. I hope that you have a good time. Everybody welcome Aliens and Space. Of course, a toast to you, Dawn. Thank you for being here. But last and not least... Oh! Wait! We also have a toast to Mr. Salron. Am I saying that right? I hope so.
No, it's Salrahn, so that's
Salron. So,
a
toast to Mr. Salron. And if I'm saying that wrong, then type it phonetically.
Yes. He said yes.
All right, good. So, welcome, Mr. Salron. Another new name. So, everybody, welcome to Mr. Salron. I hope that both you and Aliens in Space really enjoy this, and we see you back here again more. And you know what? I hope that the rest of you enjoy this also, because we want everybody to have fun. So, last toast, before I get too derailed. Most important toast of the night. My lovely and talented wife, Monica, without whom none of this would be possible. Plausible? Did I say plausible?
It's a cross between possible and plausible. Sure, why the heck not?
So that yes, none of this would be plausible without Monica. I don't know. Live stream busted. That's where we're at.
Well, while we're at this, why don't you pimp that merch, man?
Okay, so for those of you who just joined the chat, there was a discussion before the live stream actually started, where Machiavellic was talking about the Dawn approval or the Dawn advisory warning label, and how great it would be to have a shirt with the Dawn approval logo on it. And it just so happens that you actually can get a Retrobot Advisory Dawn Content t-shirt from our TeePublic site, which is #1 robot at TeePublic. So we should make sure that link is in our description. I don't know if it is. It is? Okay, so we've got that. And, just so that you know, whenever you buy one of those shirts, we get something. For
between
each one
1
of those.
cent and more than 1 cent.
Yes, we get. So a way that you can get really cool stuff and also warn people if there's Dawn content. But
speaking of Dawn content,
Adventure Mode is here! Welcome, Adventure Mode!
Also, the Dawn content warning will come out as a sticker, part of this month's Patreon
Sticker Club. Yeah. So all
Just
right.
one more reason. Patron.
That's some patron swag there. Some swag. The other thing that you can do is you can like take a screenshot right now, and then you don't whatever you do, don't freeze frame right here and take a screenshot and then print it on an iron-on. I'm just showing options.
Bad at his own merch.
Bad comedy.
No, this is good comedy. This is
bad
this is
merchandising.
This is bad merchandising. So, all right. So let's go ahead and let's talk a little bit about Transformers Armada Part 3. This is the third part of our ongoing retrospective series all about Transformers Armada. If you didn't catch the previous installations, we talked about Megatron with Tidal Wave and all the weird stuff that you could do with those, and then we also
To you.
that okay. Great. It's Galvatron, even though we showed Megatron.
I was gonna say we showed Megatron.
We showed Megatron.
Galvatron to you.
Nope.
Sure, it was. I guess it was Galvatron. So, we also, in part 2, we showed Optimus Prime with Overload and Jet Pants. Jetfire he transforms into a pair of pants.
And then Overload can transform into a robot, but also a pair of pants. So you had jet pants.
No. Overload turns into backbreaking labor.
Oh, that's right.
That's
what happens with jet pants, apparently.
You know, Prime puts on his big boy jet pants, and then he puts on some backbreaking labor, and then he's ready to go fight quite possibly one of the worst combiner toys in the history.
The regular Prime trailer was truck pants.
That was truck pants.
That was truck pants.
Yeah. Actually, it was more of a truck dress. It was a truck dress. Like it was like samurai robes. You know, like that's how I always took it. Like it was supposed to look like samurai robes. So look on the channel for some really interesting insights about those characters and those toys.
I think the Megatron one turned out really well. I mean, because when we
the mini-cons
the mini-cons
that
Megatron
fun.
that was
fun.
I
guess we should show some toys here.
We're only 17 minutes into the live stream and you want to start showing toys?
You're right. We haven't wasted nearly enough time.
No, we have not.
So what we have here are henchmen. These are Megatron's goons from the Armada series, and they some of them include Starscream ended up being kind of the runaway star from that series. His character actually had an interesting arc. I've been rewatching the series on Tubi, and I'm up to let's see, Sideways and Scavenger have been introduced, and Megatron has the Star Saber, and let's see. Blur just joined the team, and I have to say that so far, it's still not a very good show. I'm pushing my way through it, and I don't hate it. Okay, I hate it less. When it first came out, I really did not like the show, and I didn't watch it. I feel like, with perspective, having seen a lot of new Transformers franchises come and go, and now seeing that the characters that I grew up with have not been forgotten, and it's all just getting embraced and rolled into one giant property where everything's valid to some degree or another, I guess I'm less resentful of the different interpretations. I think that, because I think that when you're attached to a property and then they go into another direction that's different from what you remember and something that doesn't really appeal to you, the fear is that what you loved about the property is just gone forever. And now knowing that it's not gone forever, in fact, they've been milking that cow pretty hard. Like, that cow is gonna be dry soon.
How it's not dry by now,
I don't know, but
I think
it's
because our generation has too much disposable income that we can afford. Because
no, you know what? That's not the problem. It's that we have too much credit. We have way. I mean, how many of us are actually buying these toys with money that we have in the bank? No. We're going into debt to Visa or MasterCard, sometimes Discover. That's like the worst financial decision, but we do it. So yeah, let's just go ahead and take a look at some of these Armada toys, and I'm going to move Cyclonus and Demolisher out of the way so that we can focus on Starscream with his Minicon Swindle. And let's go. I'm gonna take out that riser and put on this one. Now, I got this new. I bought this new because I always loved Starscream as a character. He was probably one of my favorite Decepticons of all time. I think that he's many people's favorite because he's such an interesting and just, he sticks with you as a character. He is unforgettable.
I guess that makes me the new leader.
Sure, you know what? Why not? Let's just say why not? Congratulations, Starscream. You're the new leader of the Decepticons for the next 90 minutes.
Our clever leader doesn't know what it does.
Aren't you the leader now?
He doesn't know what it does. So,
okay. Whatever. All right. So I remember seeing this toy and thinking, wow, that jet mode is actually really cool looking.
It's a very cool looking jet mode. I mean, futuristic.
It's got
there's a lot of sleekness to it.
Yeah, I love the angled down nose cone.
Mm-hmm.
I love the colors. He looks like Starscream. You know, he's got enough Starscream vibe.
He does. I mean, it's heavy on the red.
It is heavy on the red.
But that's, they weren't making a G1 color scheme. They're doing, this is Starscream. This is,
This is Armada Star. This is our Starscream. They were reinventing the character for a new generation, and I feel like for the most part they did a good job. He's got these weapons with these blasts. These are like supposed to be fire blasts or something, but they look like jets when they're aimed backwards. He had a mid-production change where the front was angled down more so that when you stabbed your little brother with it, it would collapse rather than puncture. Oh, okay. So that's safety right there. Wait, you know what? I feel like we need to test that. So I need something that I can use as a test. I'm just going to choose a toy at random. Oh, look, it's Gen 1 Wheelie. Look, everybody, we've got Gen 1 Wheelie here. Wheelie says you're a slob, and by the way, I hate my job. So yeah, whatever, nobody cares. Let's go ahead and see what happens if we stab Gen 1 Wheelie with Starscream. Oh, yeah, you know what? That totally works. See, Wheelie, you're okay. I hate you. So, okay. And, I should be concerned that the batteries still work because I have never changed the batteries in this toy. After the stream, let's take out the batteries and clean out whatever leakage is in the battery compartments. So yeah, this is his jet mode. He's got these thruster thingies, which absolutely aren't just arms hanging underneath. I like the way the back is transformed, the way that the legs wrap around. He also comes with Swindle, the minicon that is a dragster, because dragsters and fighter jets just go hand in hand.
Well, I mean, they both have a sleek aerodynamic look. I mean,
that's true.
And
okay,
I like that it's Swindle, because it's a Bruticus nod.
It's, they're keeping the name, like they're keeping rights to the name, which at this point in the Transformers, they were losing a lot of trademarked names. So,
oh, wait, these things are still popular? We should have hung on to that?
Whoops. So, and also, Starscream as a character was the most notoriously untrustworthy character of the franchise, so to have a minicon named Swindle is actually pretty appropriate.
But on the same token, this Starscream in the show was not untrustworthy.
He was a much more interesting character.
No,
yeah,
he was a much more interesting character.
So anyway, let's go ahead and show the minicon action. So you got your little minicon port. This was one of the shticks of the series, is that you would add a minicon that came with the toy to a special spot and unlock special minicon powers. So you plug it in here, and these fire forward, and then if we... And then it just kind of does that for a long time. And then we've got firing weapons. What are you trying to... What? I don't understand what you're trying to do.
I was trying to make it make noise for a while.
Oh, okay.
Because it annoys you.
Okay, fair enough. So let's go ahead and let's test out these firing weapons. I'm going to... let me just maybe make a wall... There, we'll make a little bit of a wall off camera. And, all right, Wheelie, why don't you just stand right there, and let's see what happens if I hit both of these at the same time. Maybe. Maybe? Oh, that worked better than I thought it was going to. I'm actually really, really happy about that. We'll just put these right back in there. And so, shooting weapons is always cool. And
shooting wheelie is even better.
Shooting wheelie is always cool. So, we also have... See, Oh,
I forgot that was a button. That's right.
So yeah, we've got various sound effects. That sound boxes were really big at this point in the franchise. Thank you, Don. Thank you. That's great.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Great. So let's go ahead and take off Swindle. We'll transform him first. So we got our little dragster here, and you flip down the front to make the feet. And you pull out the sides to make the arms, and then you just bend them down like that. And there we go. And then I think that this should just, the feet should just split. I think that the feet should just split. There, okay. Making me a little bit nervous how hard I had to pull.
Till all are broken.
Don't, I'm not breaking it. I'm not breaking
it.
So we've got, and then, the spoiler slides down to reveal the face. And so there you have Swindle. Swindle, he's a cute little guy. Look, he's a cute little guy. I don't think that my camera wants to focus in on him, or maybe I'm just too close. Maybe I'm too close here. So we'll go back here, and maybe if I do this. Okay.
Maybe.
There we go. See? Oh, look at that cute little guy. He's a cute little guy. Look at that little face. and those little arms, and he doesn't have hands, but who cares because he's so little. He's just a little wooshy. Yes, he's just a little wooshy. He's a wooshy woo. And yes, that's the kind of noises that Minicons made. And to get a better look at the dragster, of course, we can turn it back into a dragster pretty quickly. So yeah, there is his dragster mode. The dragster mode actually looks pretty good. Like I dig the dragster mode. They put spinny wheels outside of the non-spinny wheels that make up the shoulders. So he still has rolliness, and rolliness is cool. But yeah, you know, doing little tiny transformable guys is never really a bad thing in terms of a play gimmick. The Minicons, they weren't built as solidly as Micromasters were back in the day, but they were cool, and some of them actually had some ball joints in them that helped them be more posable. This guy is pretty much a brick. He's just a little brick. That's fine. What the hell ever. So yeah, he doesn't really. He can do. I think he can do sort of jumping jacks. He can do that. There. Yeah, he can
T-pose.
He can do that. So, yeah, that's it for articulation on this guy. But
hey, he has a second alt mode. He can do the Soundwave Cybertron mode.
That's true. He can be a Cybertronian lamppost. So there you go. Cybertronian lamppost mode.
There you go. Boom, right there, man.
So he's a triple changer.
He's a triple changer. That's right.
So yeah, that is Swindle. He's cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at Starscream, because he's kind of the star of the Armada show. I mean, unofficially, no, that's it doesn't. It already made you the new leader.
Yeah,
so
but he just wants to remind you.
Okay. That's great. So to transform this guy, let's start with the back here. We're going to pull the legs out from away from the side just like that. And then we're going to rotate them this way. And you see how his feet are now pointed into the air. That allows us to straighten the knees out. Just like that. And then this is something that they did a lot during this era, and I personally am a fan. It's the kind of clamshell clawfoot, you know, where they had a big long heel that made the figures very, very stable when they were standing. I know that it's not as attractive as a smaller foot, but boy, it's nice when your toys don't fall over all the time.
And they're robots. They don't have to have 100% human proportions.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to raise the camera view because we do need to...
Raise the camera!
There we go. We're raising the camera. We're going to stand them up. So we've got the hips are on this piece on the underside. This is going to swing around, and what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of move the legs as we lock it to the underside of the body, and it makes a very, very satisfying click. And then we can pull the arms out. Now, the arms have this double joint, but you know, that kind of makes for a very, very long arm. So a lot of times what I like to do is just leave it kind of tucked up, and I like the proportions of that better. If you have one of these toys, you do it any way you want. So that is what I do there. And then the fists just flip out of the bottom, just like that. Let's go ahead and do the back here. We're going to pull down the arm, and then
boy, if only
flip
you
out.
had a spudger, you could flip that fist out nothing.
Well, somebody has a spudger. So then you take the nose cone, you flip it down. Thank you. Of course, his head at this point has already popped up because when we flip that around, it triggered the spring-loaded head to pop up, and then we can flip the. Oh, we do have to kind of get the arms out of the way to transform the wings. So there we go. So There we go. We have Starscream looking very, very Starscreamy. And then he's got mini-con ports. He's got one on each arm. And he's got his mini-con port on the back here. He's got a massively long back in order to facilitate that whole triggering the guns gimmick. So you just kind of have to ignore that. Yeah, you look at him, and he's like, he's not going to be leaning against a wall. At least not any walls that are close by. He might be accidentally poking a hole in a wall, but not
kind of leaning
against
through the wall.
He'd be leaning through the wall.
Just...
Now, with the mini-con taken out of place, you can take the guns off, and now he can blast through the wall. So you just have a lot of back kibble. Yeah, you just accept that with this figure, because the shooting guns add a really good play value. So you just kind of accept it. You put the mini-con on his arm, and that makes him more powerful. And I'm willing to accept that. Like that to me, sure. You stick more robots on your dude, and now he's more powerful because he's a combiner. And that's why he has extra stable heals. Yeah, that's so, we've got all this stuff. And so, yeah, they definitely had to add these just so he'd be able to stand up. Another play feature of this guy is that you can take the wing off. Let's see, there's the wing just comes off right there. And then you can fold it out just like that. And now he's got a sword, which even in the show, he got his wing sword broken on a number of occasions, and then he didn't have his wing until he got repaired. So there's some impracticalities of using your an important part of your alt mode as a stabby weapon. But nonetheless, it's a cool play feature. Like that is cool, and credit where it's due. They showed it as it was used in the as it was in the toy. They showed it in the show. So, and
speaking of cool play features,
Christopher Remley is here. A toast to Christopher Remley. That was a good segue, by the way.
I thought you'd appreciate that.
So,
Spudger.
So in terms of playworthiness, this is a fun toy, but it does suffer from some Armada-ness.
Well, the first thing to me is just, though this is an interesting play feature, now we've got this going on.
Right. It definitely, like, he has no symmetry because he only has one wing.
And why not both wings become swords?
Right. This wing, I think that you can probably pull it off, but then it's just a broken wing. It doesn't add anything.
Then I broke my toy.
So,
but that's appropriate for you. Till all are broken.
No, I don't break my toys on purpose.
Till all are broken.
I fix toys. I don't break them.
Till all are broken.
Usually, I play with my toys. Sometimes they get broken. So, really.
Take this broken wing.
Hold on to that.
They sing some blah blah.
Yeah, I don't know the words to that song. I know, take these broken wings and learn to fly again. Learn to do something. I don't know.
Learn to break more Transformers like clay on his streams.
So, that almost worked if it wasn't terrible.
Or the truth.
So yeah, I like the robot mode. I think he looks good. I like the subtle homages to the Gen 1 Starscream while being a unique interpretation of the character. Here's what I don't like. No hip joint. He can kick up, he can kick back. He cannot spread his legs at all. No A stance. No. He's got very well articulated knees. Because you got the thigh swivel and the knee joint, but it doesn't help you do much because he can't spread his legs apart at all. At all. It's like, come on, you look at how that's put together. It would have taken very little for them to just add just come on, make his legs come, make his legs come. And also, okay, his arms.
Maybe you're just not trying hard to take. You grab a leg and I'll grab a leg.
No. Stop trying to make it into a catchphrase. It's not a catchphrase. Even though I do have it on this shirt, which you can get at TeePublic.
It's not just a catchphrase, it's a lifestyle. And a warning.
So now, because of this extra joint that's in the arm, you have more articulation in the arm. The shoulder pivots this way. And then you've got this, and you've got a double jointed elbow. So you've got more articulation in the arms, but it's still very, very limited. The head, it bobs up and down. It does that. It's like, hey, Starscream, do you want to be leader? Starscream, do you want Megatron to come and blow you away?
I think the answer is obvious.
So he can't say no. He literally is incapable. I guess he could maybe do that. He doesn't have waist rotation. This is one of those things where
this is how he says no.
Actually, that's how he says, screw you. Never mind.
I guess that makes me the new leader.
You're still leader. We made you leader. You're leader for another hour and 19 minutes. So you go, pal. I talking to Starscream. You go, pal. So yeah, his robot mode and his very, very limited articulation really hurt the design of this toy. But obviously, at the time that he was built, that was not. We're coming off of the Beast era, and then Robots in Disguise. And Colleen says, "Well, he is Megatron's yes man." Thank you, Colleen. Toast to Colleen. See, he's his yes man. And
learn to fly again. It's so free.
No, it's not. So. No, don't do this. Don't do this to her. So,
our what? 3 viewers?
Yeah. Hey, we've got like 5.
5. Okay,
we got.
I'm sorry. You're right.
6. And
the several of you I'm miscounting. I apologize. No, I don't. I do what I do. I make no apologies. I did it. I own it.
So yeah. Now, of course, another very common practice in the Armada series was to repaint characters as a powered up version. And that is where we get... Yes.
It look Thundercracker.
He looks Thundercracker.
He looks Thundercracker.
It look Thundercracker.
He does look Thundercracker. And so we got this one toy eBay? Oh, we got this one on eBay. We got him cheap because he's missing his wings. He's missing his wings. He's missing his wings. Cause it's take these broken wings, fly again, learn to do something. I don't know. so yeah. You know, you both. Okay, you're both in timeout.
Shut up, Grandma!
I can see that it's going to be that kind of a live stream. We're 44 minutes into it, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you not read the content warning on the thumbnail?
I did read the content warning.
It does what it says on the tin.
I feel like there needs to be a Monica content warning on this one. So yeah, this toy looks good. The colors are really nice. It's identical to this one in terms of features and playworthiness. You can take that off. There you go, and give him a wing. It goes there. Oh wait, no, that's. Oh, it's actually missing.
I was gonna say
missing this thing.
It's missing the chunks that they go to.
Yeah, so you can't just pull that out.
No, I can't give them away. I was wondering.
And I what? This come.
The rotating bits come off. They're on nubs.
Yeah, they're on nubs. I'm reluctant. There. Okay. It came off safely, so we can put that on there, and then we can. I don't like doing this.
Till all are broken.
Till
all are broken.
And there we go, and then we can give him Swindle. There and whoops there.
Matches really well, all things considered.
That's great. So yeah. There we have a. What are you doing?
Swindle keeps falling off. I'm trying to get him stuck on there.
And of course, a big part of Armada was having these sound chips built into the toys, which oftentimes led to very, very chunky characters. I was never really a fan of the sound chips. Like I'm perfectly happy when a Transformers toy makes the transform noise or if it has some shooty sounds, but not at the cost of having a really good figure with decent articulation and a cool alt mode. You know, like I don't feel like the sound gimmick is worth sacrificing.
The sound chips, you said, right? Dun, 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 dun,
yes, it's sound chips. Dun, 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 dun. Oh shit, where's
that's you don't have it.
No, I have it. Who do you think was the worst soundbox offender from these lines? It has to be Obesimus.
So when we're saying these lines, we're talking about the entire Unicron trilogy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm going to say it has to be Obesimus.
Okay.
Because his whole body was just a brick, a blocky, rotund brick that had no transformability inside it. He just had appendages attached to this massive sound box. And
but Obesimus was Energon.
He was Energon.
So
probably one of the worst Optimus Prime toys in the history of Optimus
It's sumo
Prime.
wrestler Optimus Prime.
I mean, look at those little chicken legs. And
those look worse than your chicken legs. They really do.
They do. And notice that's the version that had a mouth also. They gave
there's
him
a mouth in the visor. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a thing.
That is an ugly, ugly toy.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is all because they felt the need to put this big sound box in him, which, by the way, in my kit bashed version, I moved that sound box into the trailer. They could have just had the sound box in the trailer. All right, now here, let me just show this. All right, so here we have Shock Blast because they had lost the trademark on Shockwave. And for some reason they made his big sound box thing green, even though the rest of them is purple, which fine. But you know what? I'm okay with that. Because the rest of the toy is actually really, really cool, and it integrates into what he transforms into, and you can also unofficially turn him into a handgun. It's like, you're not supposed to. He's supposed to be like a tank thing, but you can absolutely turn him into a pistol. And
Colleen says that's Golden Corral enthusiast Optimus Prime.
It is. You know what? You called it Energon Corral. So, a toast to Colleen.
Can't be an enthusiast at the Golden Lagoon. They blew the heck out of that.
They blew up the Golden Lagoon, which,
it's good that, Beachcomber, the environmentalists, it's a good thing he let them know so that all the Transformers came and destroyed this pristine environment.
Yes.
Good going, Beachcomber.
Yes.
You should be happy with yourself.
He was very proud of himself after that episode. And yeah, it's a shame because the Golden Lagoon had a great fish deal on Fridays.
They did. They really did.
Hey, just a heads up, special alert, everything is 35% off on our TeePublic store. Oh, okay, that's cool.
Right now, so get 35% off your Warning Dawn content.
So
you can wear them and warn everyone in your area that you are going to spew Dawn content at them.
You can pay 35% less to get a T-shirt with Dawn's face on it. Swindle just took a dive. All right, wait. Nope. There. Damn. There. All right. So
10 minutes of old man grunting.
Yeah, there's arms on this chair that don't move, and then they're digging into my rib cage, and then that happens. Thank you.
And we've both had McDonald's for lunch today, so
it was delicious. That was.
I like Clay's comment. He's like, should we go to McDonald's or Wendy's? And I'm like, go to McDonald's. It says now Wendy's is better, but
Except for the fries.
Except for the fries. I'm like, but I want to go through drive-through, and Wendy's is better, but it's messier. And we're eating in the car, so I want less messy.
And I want less messy because it's my car. So, All right, so anyway, that is Starscream and Thundercracker because he looks all Thundercracker. I don't know. It's from the show.
Well, why it's from the show is because in Japan, that wasn't released as Thundercracker. That's powered up Starscream. America,
Thundercracker is a different dude.
We want our repaints. We want our Thundercracker.
We want our secret army.
But they only did Thundercracker. They didn't do Skywarp.
No, they didn't do Skywarp. I want to say that they did do a Skywarp, but it wasn't like. It was like Transformers Universe, maybe, or something like that.
But the point being that they...
I think they did a Ramjet also that was white.
But, point being that they... I dropped my spudger. Spudgers are important.
So...
Am
I correct? Armada. There was an Armada... I don't think he ever made it into the show.
Oh, he didn't make it into the show, but, it was...
So, all right. So let's.
Are we doing?
We are.
Rolling 30s.
Oh, yeah, I guess I almost forgot. So in 2000, wait, when was Thrilling 30? Would have been 2014. We did get a new version of Starscream.
Keep Starscream all together.
And here, let me show this. Yeah, I apologize. I had almost forgotten about that.
Well, it was and a speech forgetting about and apologizing.
Paul is here.
Yeah, Paul's here.
Welcome, Paul.
And totally boning that. Oh,
That was. I apologize, Paul, for the terrible segue.
I messed it up. I own it.
A toast to Paul, and a terrible segue. So, toast to Paul. So, all right. We do have, from 2014, we have Thrilling 30's Armada Starscream. And I feel like this was a little bit of an experiment just to see what the interest level was for this era toy. You look at him; he's much smaller. Here, let me put him next to his Armada counterpart, just so that you can see that.
Oh, there you go. I was gonna say,
you know,
let's put him not on a box and behind, so they. Oh wait.
Yeah. So one of them's on a box.
One of them is not.
And yeah, if I put him on the same level, then so this is looking at this toy right away. I don't like the orange. He's very orange. Like I love the colors on this. I love the deep red and the gray and the black.
If the orange was there was less yellow in it, so it was more a bright red, I wouldn't. I mean, I like the orange in that it's not bad. I mean, the maroon is decent. But
I don't like the orange. Just say I don't like the orange.
I feel if he was closer to like a very bright red. Because, original Starscream, his red bits were like Fire Engine red.
And sure, Fire Engine red would be fine, but this guy is orange. They just made him orange. Starscream's not orange.
Something orange.
Like no version of Starscream is orange, except for this guy, and he doesn't look right. They even made his clear, like his translucent bits, orange, because reasons. So...
Well, you'd shoot for like an orange or a yellow to kind of complement, because you wouldn't want like red. So I mean, I think that the translucent bits match the color scheme. Is it really appropriate for Starscream?
Yeah, he should have been red. He just should have been red.
He should have been red. I mean,
so. But nonetheless, let's take a look at the figure itself. So we've got head articulation, which is nice. He can now say no. He can say yes. He can look up. He can look down. He can play Impossible Mission and be the bad guy. The shoulders. He's got shoulder articulation. Stay a while. Stay forever. I heard that sound a lot during that game. That was me dying a lot. So anyway, shoulder move. Yeah, his shoulders go out and in and up and down, and except for where the wing gets in the way of the movement. But even the wings, like the wings pivot back, they're on ball joints, so you can kind of try to get them out of the way. He's got a bicep rotation. He's got a bending elbow. He has because of the transform, he can pivot his wrist, but he cannot twist it, which is fine. You do not have waist rotation, but you do have ball joints at the hips, so his legs go all around. He's got a really effective knee joint, so his knees really work very, very well. And he's still got a claw foot, which is good. The Thrilling 30 toys did not have ankle joints. Yeah, that's something that's far more recent, but. So as a figure, like it's a good figure for articulation. It also has this, and so you have the backpack that pivots up to make him look more like his Armada counterpart, and importantly, firing weapons. Hey, where's Wheelie? Hey Wheelie, how you doing, pal? Wait here, let's pivot the camera down just a little bit, and we'll put up a backstop. Okay, Wheelie, if you would just stand there and let me see what I don't remember how to make this thing fire.
Are they the push kind?
I think that you do push them, but it's not like those. No.
Right.
Yeah. So here we go. We push from the back and. So that actually works really well. And they just go in here. I also like how the yellow part comes out in that. You know, like you see when it was firing, it actually pushes the yellow portion forward as it's firing. That's cool. He also, so they packed a lot of play features in him. He also has translucent swords that are stored inside the wings, and this time he has 2 swords.
And he doesn't lose his wings when he has them.
And he doesn't lose his wings when he deploys his sword. So these would be, I think that they would represent an energon weapon or something like that. But I think this one is...
It's all are broken.
There we go. Okay, so we'll put those in there. And so now... He's got firing missiles on his back. He's got 2 swords. He gets to keep his wings. Like, design-wise, this is an awesome figure. He's got articulation. He doesn't have the massive amount of back kibble sticking out because it now folds flat against his back. He's a good figure. Now, unfortunately, what I will say about this figure is that it feels very light. Even though the joints are nice and tight, he's got great articulation, he looks good. Let's even zoom in here and so that you can really see the figure in all of its glory. Like, he's a good-looking figure. The face detail is nice. The body detail is nice. You can see the detail in the wings. He is a very nicely done figure. It's unfortunate that he's orange rather than red. There was also a lot of that during the Thrilling 30 era. There was a lot of orange reds instead of red reds. So, but nonetheless, translucent bits are always cool. The, his face sculpt is very, very nice. Let's see if I can get...
I assume he has light piping for the eyes?
It does look... Yes, he does. And...
If you put your thumb behind the eyes, that should...
So, yeah, you can see how there we go. Because the entire back of his head is translucent. So it's capturing a lot of light, which makes the eyes really glow. I mean, that's probably some of the best light piping that I've seen in a long time. So that part of it really, really works well. I mean, his eyes just glow.
They do.
So this is a really nice little toy, but it does suffer a bit from just feeling a little cheap because it's so thin, it's so lightweight. There's a lot of hollowness that you can feel inside of the legs. You know, the legs just kind of feel like you wish there was more plastic there. But nonetheless, it's a beautiful rendition of this character, if only it had been done in red. I just can't seem to get away from that. I need to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I still freaking hate winter. Let it go. Let it go. Cold freaking sucks. I don't know the song. I feel like I'm missing the point of the song. But let's go ahead and put his swords back in his wings so we don't lose them. There we go. We got a sword there. See, we got a sword. A sword that goes in the wing. And we'll fold up this sword. And it will go into the wing. See, we just put that right into the back there. So...
And one thing I was noticing is I was looking at the monitor, and he looks redder on your camera than he is in real life.
Yeah, the camera is definitely giving him a... Because he actually looks better in the camera than he does in real life.
It is one of those things that... Getting the right light... Yeah, he is in reality this
very, very... It's not even a good orange. It's kind of a pale orange.
It's a weird meshing between red and orange. There's a lot of yellow tones that your lights are kind of canceling.
So
and it's a hard filter to do.
I'm not talking you through it right now as I transform him, because he transforms almost exactly like the big one. It's funny that even though it's completely new geometry, nothing is shared from the original. His transform is nearly identical.
But can you put the legs down in this mode right now? Can he do
can we do Battleoid mode?
Can you do Battleoid mode?
We absolutely can do Battleoid mode.
That is always important in a jet former, especially with those arms.
Yes.
He totally needs Battleoid mode.
So let's go ahead and do this.
Look at how bad as that Battleoid mode is.
Now that's gonna want to pop up the head here, but I'm gonna kind of cheat it. I'm gonna get his lower torso. He's got a very skinny connecting piece between the hips and there, but I'm just gonna do that, and then we have...
That's almost like a Mospita Battleoid.
Yeah. So there we go. There. He actually looks pretty good like that. I mean, yeah, with the exception of the really skinny piece right here, as long as you don't focus on that, the rest of him actually looks really, really good in Battleoid mode. So I'm digging that. Good call. Good call. You know what? A toast to Dawn for Battleoid mode. All right, so getting back to the transform, there is a transform here. We're going to tuck the arms under. We're going to pull the hips back to the back, and then we're going to point the knees inwards. We're going to close up the clamshell feet, and then we're going to collapse them around the hips, just like that. And so that's pretty much the underside, and then we take the arms. Now this is a little bit different. The arms are going to pivot like this, and this completes the shape of the wing. And then we I think, is there a thing that we do? Oh no, okay, his arms go straight back. Okay, this is a little bit different. I'm sorry, it's been a while. So the arms go straight back, and there's a little tab here on the elbow that goes into a little slot under the wing. And so we're going to snap that together. Come on, snap together. There we go. We got to snap. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. It's going to pop out the sword, which does not eliminate the wing, which is important. That's important. And then we're going to just take that, put it in there like that. So, oh, and he does have landing gear, which is cool. Like, you know, they put things into this toy, neat little details. And let me go ahead and put that on the other camera so that you can see it, because it's worth seeing in full glory here. So that is his vehicle mode, and it looks good. Like it's a little, it's not a huge toy, but it actually does look really, really nice in this mode. And it's going to be interesting to see how the new Legacy version of Armada Starscream.
That's what Rob was just saying. He was looking forward to the new Legacy Armada Starscream, which I mean that's I think stolen reviews are out of the toy, so the other should be hitting stores in like 6
okay.
months.
So wait here, let's
you know.
So yeah, this is the Legacy Starscream. See, now that's red. Okay, look at that. That is red. It looks red. It's very red. I like it. So far, it looks like a nice toy.
It looks a lot like the Thrilling 31.
It actually does look a lot like the Thrilling 31. Wait a minute here. So hold on. Let's go ahead and turn this back into a robot, because I would be really, really surprised if they recycled, if they even still had the Thrilling 30 mold. But I just want to make some comparisons, because boy, it does look a lot like.
I mean, now these are definitely different because those are round.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Those are, but these legs look hollow. There's your mushroom connector, and I'm wondering about this section. I'd love to see on the inner leg.
So here we go. Here is wait here. Let's do that. And then,
the wings rotate up.
Yeah, the wings do rotate up.
But a lot of same geometry. That's fine.
Okay, no, it's not the same, because for one thing, if you look, the arms are made up of two pieces sandwiched together.
Oh yeah, there's a joint.
He doesn't
there.
have the hollowness here. It looks like the details.
Oh, that's completely hollow. Okay,
wait a minute. Holy shnikes. Is that? No, okay, the fins, like the tail wings look like they're new, but boy, that leg sculpt
looks a lot like it.
No, it's not the same. It is not the same.
Well, here's the thing: is they're probably taking a lot of cues from this one,
right? But no, they did not just retool.
Oh, no,
they did not retool it.
I didn't really think they. I wasn't sure. I couldn't see. Well, they'd have to upscale it, because I think I think he's a deluxe.
This is
or
about
no,
this is
no,
about
not a
deluxe
deluxe
size.
or Voyager. I always
I
hate the name, the nomenclature.
Just so you know. Hasbro has decided that Voyager and Deluxe and all that, it no longer refers to size, it only refers to price point. That's their way of justifying when you get a Voyager figure that costs way more than a Deluxe figure and the figure is the same size. It's, well, we added more pieces.
Yeah, it's more, and some people have talked about that they feel the extra piece count makes for the price. You get more joints. I think
maybe, I get it. I get it, but I'm feeling a little bit about I'm feeling like for instance, Studio Series Hot Rod was at the Voyager price point, whereas the rest of his team in the Studio Series, Studio 86, were at the Deluxe price point. And yeah, he had more little bits, but the ding is here. Is that
yeah,
ding? Is that ding?
Well,
Is it ding? Is that you? Please tell me if that.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So Dawn's sister. Your sister.
Yeah. My sister.
Yeah. Dawn has a sister.
I have a sister who.
I miss you, Ding.
Who
say hi to hubby for me.
Not quite a week ago, apparently had brain surgery. That I found out that morning.
Yes, thank you for addressing that on the live stream.
She started it.
I hope that you're feeling well, Ding.
Obviously, she's feeling well. She's on the freaking live stream. I wasn't expecting that.
You know, being on the live stream doesn't necessarily mean somebody's feeling good.
I was not expecting to be able to, like, typing on a live stream, and that was just, you know, yeah,
Here, I'm gonna do this.
I'll move over.
Okay.
I was just like, oh, okay. Apparently, I'm not as informed as I thought. So.
Everybody, welcome Ding. That is Dawn's sister. And we're very glad that she's feeling well enough to join the live stream. Brain surgery.
I mean,
man,
you know,
that's scary.
I mean, it's not like major. Apparently, it wasn't major, but I don't know.
There's no such thing as minor brain surgery.
My next door neighbor, they cut it. They got these big wires in his head. He was fine. Next couple days. You know.
Just because it's successful doesn't mean it's not serious. I'm just saying.
But also, by the way, Perry Viking has also shown up.
Oh, Perry Viking!
Serious Perry Viking is
welcome, there. Perry Viking. A toast to Perry Viking. And
one does not have to be well to be in the live stream or in the live chat. It actually helps
if one is not quite well. However, I am glad that Ding is feeling well.
Well, you know, I mean, it's
astute observation, Perry Viking. A toast to Perry Viking.
Me is just like being able to sit up and type. And put up with this stuff. I mean, after everything you've gone through this week, this is what you want to do with your time?
I feel like this live stream would hurt your brain. It certainly hurts mine. So, thank you. I'll.
This is bad comedy.
It is. It is bad comedy, Megatron. It's absolutely bad comedy. All right, so yeah, Thrilling 30 Starscream is actually a decent little toy, despite that he's more orange than I want him to be, and he's so orange that the camera refuses to show you how.
He refuses to acknowledge it.
Because even in this view, I mean, he looks red.
He does look very red, but he's
orange.
Orange does not do justice to whatever the heck that color is.
So
it is, because you think orange like, you know, the fruit, that is.
Right. You think orange like the handle of this little
more yellow,
pitchfork. It's in the camera it's more yellow, but it's very orange. Like see, notice when you compare it to the camera's actually making it match my duck shirt, and it does not.
It does not.
I'm just telling you, it does not. My reality is not what it seems. Berenstein Bears versus Berenstein Bears. It's wheelie orange, okay? It's
no, it's not wheelie orange.
You're right. He's red orange, but
he's closer to the wheelie leg color.
Yeah,
orange.
yeah. You know what? He is almost identical to the wheelie leg color.
But not, because when you look at the camera, they look tonally they look different.
The camera lies.
I know the camera lies.
You know what? I'm actually far more fit than I appear to be. The camera just adds about 30 pounds.
Oh, hell no.
You know, you just stay out of this.
I think 30 pounds is being generous.
You just stay out of this.
Talking like, I'm a 12-year-old.
We now return to the Transformers.
Armada Demolisher with Blackout. How is that for a segue? Let me go ahead and get a little thingy. I like to have my toys on little thingies because it makes them easier to look at on thingy. So Whoops. There, we'll press that button. Look at that. So there we have Demolisher with his Minicon Blackout. In Japan, this was called Ironhide, and his Minicon was Bone Crusher, Knockout, and Wreckage. Oh wait, is that the name of those?
No. The pack you brought back from China is Ironhide.
So wait here. Let's go ahead and show that, because we've got we've got him here. We took the Minicon out of this one to add to that one.
It comes with Minicons, and then
his normal Minicon, and I can't read what this says. Can anybody read what that says?
No, because it's not in focus.
There. Okay. So that's his Minicon, and I don't know what any of this says. Nonetheless, there's a picture of Megatron. I think that's Megatron.
Yeah, it's Megatron, Starscream, Demolisher, and Cyclonus.
There's Cyclonus. So yeah. There we have him, and you get to see him with some transformy effects right here, and then you have these guys right here, and that's so I got that, and that's pretty cool. And I typically keep these guys in the box, except for the Minicon. Ty Guy says Clay is actually really buff. Confirmed. Yeah, like I'm like Arnold. I'm like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Wookie noise.
Because I'm always that. If it bleeds, we can heal it. So all right. Anyway, back to robots that turn into stuff. This is Demolisher. I feel like the camera's washing it out a little bit. Let me just turn down the exposure just a notch. There we go. And so this is Demolisher. Demolisher. I've always kind of liked this toy because, for one thing, it doesn't try to be an Earth tank. It's a Cybertronian tank thing, but it's a convincing Cybertronian tank thing. Like, it looks like what it's supposed to be. We've got some really good detail on the treads. I love what they did with the kind of paint wash in the cracks that kind of makes them look fatigued. Let's go ahead and zoom in just a little bit here so that you can really appreciate all the details that this toy has to offer. He's got a rotating turret. He's got missiles. He's and I'm a big one for tank toys that actually have a rotating turret. It does go all the way around.
If it doesn't have a rotating turret, it's a tank destroyer. Most of the tank destroyers in World War II didn't have turrets.
Really? Huh.
A lot of them did. Because the idea was, we need big gun. You have it pointed at thing.
So, okay, well.
Turret take up space.
Okay, so there you go. They were very creative with this toy, like the way that they just gave him these gun fingers, and that was part of his character model. He had 2 thumbs and 3 fingers on each hand. We've got, so on this side, this is just a molded shape, but on this side, we do have this that kind of springs in and out. I don't know if it's supposed to lock back, but this one doesn't. It does not. But if you take the Minicon out, now there's a button here, and I believe that it's supposed to shoot the Minicon out. We got this one second hand. Didn't we get it at Too Groovy, maybe? Or well, it was the Groovy store back then. So we got this one second hand at the Groovy store, and so it didn't have its Minicon, but we were able to get this one out of our Japanese version. I got it in China, but it's Japanese. And so you can take a Minicon and you can put it here. But wait, before we do that, let's just
let's go ahead and put up some barriers. And hey, Wheelie, hey, how you feeling, buddy? You wanna come out for a second? Wheelie always feels like butts. And by the way, I hate your guts. Whatever, Wheelie.
You've used that before, Wheelie.
So
Rhyme reuse.
So you put the Minicon on the side here, and then you pull it back, and there he goes. And it fires both of them at the same time, which is actually really freaking cool. So that's awesome. And then these ones, I think that this is just missile storage. You can just keep them in there, and then you could reload if you lost these, but we didn't lose them, so we can just put them right back in here. So, that's cool. I imagine that if this actually shot out the way it shows that it does in the package, that would be cool, but it doesn't.
And we could shoot Wheelie with it, but it doesn't.
It doesn't. So, also, the guns elevate. So that's cool. And because of the transform, you can even have these guns elevate more. So there's a lot of play value in this vehicle. Here's another thing that you can do. So let's transform, what's his name? The Blackout. Is his name Blackout? Yes, his name is Blackout. So you're just gonna fold the legs out here, and he pretty much transforms like Tank. The GoBot Tank, he's kind of Tank. So except he actually has like his arms kind of come back. So what we can do is we could actually put Tank right here. They've got a little chair in the back here, so you can have Tank kind of driving Demolisher, which I don't know if that's supposed to be what you do, but you can do it, and it actually works really, really well. So yeah, that to me is like a really, really neat toy. Just in the vehicle mode, it's already got a lot of play value. Now, if you don't want to have a chair there, this thing does just kind of flip around there, and now no chair. And then it makes it a little bit easier to rotate the turret. Here, we'll do. So you can turn that around, and yeah, and yeah, it looks good. Like this is a good vehicle mode. I dig it. When the Minicon's not in place, it's a little bit hollow in the front, but in Armada, they had no qualms about having tanks that just didn't have anything in between the treads here. Take
a head and giant pincers.
Right. You could have a robot head with moose antlers that at one point like grew to be 20 feet long.
And captured Hotspot by the head.
Hot shot,
yeah.
Hot shot.
He's hot shot.
Yes,
Spot.
hot shot. Hot spot is different. But
Bumble Rod.
Yeah, because he really is like Armada Hot Shot really is just kind of an amalgamation between Bumblebee and Hot Rod, like and, both in look and personality.
And Bumble Rod is better than Hot Bee.
You're definitely right about that. So yeah, let's go ahead and we'll go back over to the other camera. So this guy has other parts and They do stuff, at least presumably. So I think that these things can go like this. I want to say that this is like a gun mode or something.
Well, the sight is actually part of the vehicle mode.
Oh, the sight is part of the vehicle mode?
It's on the box.
Oh, okay. Oh, I guess. Oh, okay. I see what. So yeah, the vehicle mode is normally like this. But when you have it stored in the front area of Demolisher, you actually have the arms down and this thing down. But so when he's stored in Demolisher, he is like that, and then when he is as his vehicle, he is like that. And he's a cute little thing. Rob says, I'm a little concerned about the amount of stains on the front of Demolisher's vehicle mode. Are those mud stains or blood stains? And
they're just UD stains.
Don't ask questions.
They're just UD stains. What's that? Oh, UD.
Yeah. It is funny how these are like reddish brown. Let's just pretend that they're supposed to be painted flames, like he's a hot rod.
Run.
Yeah, you know, that's, dude, that's blood. That's just blood. It is. So Megatron's lovable lackey Demolisher that you almost feel bad for is actually a complete murderer.
That right there, that's an entire village of orphans.
There you go.
I mean, you know,
he rolled over the orphans
and puppies and kittens and just over them all, laughing gleefully.
So don't feel bad when the other Decepticons are mean to him, because he actually murders orphans, puppies, and kittens. Now we know. And knowing is half the battle. A toast to Rob.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Ooh, puppies and kittens.
All right. So
I do this in your name, Megatron. You're
anything to make you happy, sir. So yeah, let's switch back to the other camera. No, don't eat that. Do not eat that. So yeah, that is his vehicle mode. I actually like it. I think it's cute. Like, you know, I don't know why. I just feel like this is a cute little guy, and I dig him. You know, sugar smacks. Dig him. So yeah, that is Blackout, and let's go ahead and let us transform Demolisher, because he is a transformer after all. So we're going to take the legs, and you see how they just pivot down like this. No, we're not doing it that way. You can just, you just stay out of this. So, the legs do something. The legs do a thing. This is actually going to go in like this. So you see how they're double jointed here? So those are going to go together to make his hips. And then I want to say that this thing, like there's a pivot here. There's a pivot. It's supposed to pivot. Pivot for me, darn it. There's the pivot. There's the pivot. So you pull the treads down like this. And then we can bring them all the way forward like that. And then the side of the leg is going to collapse like that and like that. So it just comes together. And then this pivots forward to create the foot. There we go. Just like that. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And we're going to pivot this down here like that. And let me see if I can get the camera to focus, because it's being blurry. Don't be blurry, camera. All right, there we go. So, and then we'll bring this down. And I really like the way that goes together. That's actually a really nice maneuver, the way that it nests over top of the remaining tread. And then we flip the feet down so that he's got that. And then we've got the upper body, which just spreads out. So you just pull it apart this way, and then his head comes up. And then we pull the arm down and then swing it around like this and pivot up his shoulder. Do the same thing on the other side. So the arm is going to come down. You bend at the elbow, bring it around, and then just twist that. And unfortunately, you can't see it because the camera was pointed down. There we go. That's a little bit nicer. And so there we have him. And we've got waist articulation, we've got a head that can say yes, and a waist that can say no. He's got a shoulder pivot. He cannot pull his arms away from his body. He's got a double jointed elbow, which gives his forearms a lot of mobility, but it would be nice if you could just pull the arms away from the body just a little bit. The legs, on the other hand, because of all the joints here, he has very nice hips, and you can pivot.
Blood on his knees.
He's got backwards facing knees. Actually, wait here. I might have this transformed wrong. Hold on. I think you have to do that. I think you do that.
Oh, do you?
There we go. And now he has. Yeah, now he has a functioning knees.
Roger, Roger.
Yeah.
That's how the picture. Well, the picture makes it look like chicken legs.
So
They do a weird bend they show in the picture all the time.
they do, but and that's sort of what I'm doing here. But so he, except for not being able to move the arms away from the sides, he's a reasonably well articulated figure, especially for an Armada era guy. Once again, you could put up the chair and have a mini-con riding in his back.
Master Blaster
So, Master Blaster?
from Thunderdome. The little guy he was Master and he rode on the big tough guy Blaster.
Oh, okay.
He rode on his back.
So we can put this guy in here, and I wonder if we can plug him in there. That would be cool. I want him to be able
That's
to.
right. Who run Town?
There we go. So, yeah, you can have the mini-con. Maybe he's driving Demolisher. I'm not sure. But, so, you have a pretty cool robot mode. Like, I like him. He's got a lot of personality. He's, the articulation, like a lot of the Armada line, articulation just wasn't a priority. And this is something that I was starting to talk about earlier, is that in the Armada line, this is coming off of the Beast era and then Robots in Disguise, where you had figures that had tons of ball joints and complicated transforms, but a lot of the toys were so fiddly. And
The shell formers that were the Autobots.
The shell formers that were the Autobot brothers, Skybite. The toys weren't necessarily fun to play with because they were so complicated, and all of the extra stuff just kind of got in the way, and Demolisher just ejected Blackout. He said, "Nope, you're not riding on me anymore, kid." But so I think that when Armada came out, they were intentionally saying, we're not striving for articulation. We're striving for simplicity, cool gimmicks, and just fun. And Rob says he's really got a scowl going. Yeah, let's take a look at this scowl. Here we go, Rob. There is a scowl tonight. Somewhere a scowl tonight.
Okay, I just so with this figure, can I see him for a second? I won't put him in my mouth. I promise.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. So, I was looking at now. How did you get these legs? How did you get the legs?
Toaster Rob.
Toaster Rob. So, you with the waist twisted another way and this big eye. Okay, I just want to point something out with the way these. If you have the legs this way, that just aesthetic-wise, I was looking at, right? So you've got this guy with kind of like a monocle going on here, with these weird, almost military bootlegs and big, puffy
aviator pants.
Aviator pants. I feel like this guy wants to go, I will do whatever you want, hair Megatron. He's just got Nazi jackboot military fatigue feeling going.
You know,
and then you add the fact that there's blood on his knees, and but his knees don't bend the right way. It's not the way he's supposed to be transformed, but when you're holding him there, I'm just like going.
And I will say that the legs actually look better.
They look better that way,
because these look like feet,
but his knees don't bend right.
But his knees don't bend right, so you do that, and then his legs don't look quite as good, but he's got functional knees. So you know what? Knees. If you have Demolisher, you transform him any way you feel like it. Because you can. Yeah. I'm not going to say it's wrong because it's your toy. You transform it any way you want.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Okay, so enough of that. So yeah, that's Demolisher, and he was pretty much your standard Decepticon thug guy, mostly a comic relief character. He was kind of a sad sack character because he very rarely had a moment to shine, and very oftentimes was just the guy that everybody abused, made fun of.
But he got a mini-con before Starscream.
He did. But that glory did not last for that character. So yeah, I'm gonna transform Black out here and stick him on there. There we go. We've got him. And then you, of course, can stick mini-cons on the arms. He's got 4 mini-con points, 2 on each arm, and you load him up, and then he's more powerful, and that's what they do in Transformers Armada. So, yeah, that is Demolisher, and to my knowledge, they've never done any other versions of that, like that version of the toy. Like, obviously, in Energon, you had the dump truck Demolisher, but that was a whole different mold, a whole different alt mode. And I don't think that they've done any homages or anything to that. So,
well, Rob had mentioned that the Demolisher Power Links recolor is mainly red because in Japan he was named Ironhide for some reason, which is why we said this is you can't really see it in this box very well, but there's on the back there's more red, but you still got those weird pant things going that are very tan.
So here we go. Here we go. Wait here. Let's just go ahead and here. Yeah, that is Ironhide for reasons, but it is very, very much just a recolor. There's no new tooling there. See, you do have the Minicon riding in the back and getting to kind of drive him. So that's cool. That's cool. All right, so toast to Rob. Of course, toast to Rob. Always toast to Rob. So, onward we have. So, wait here. Let's do it right. Let's do it right.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, he does this. He does this. It's kind of warm down here.
It is kind of warm.
There we go. How's that, Internet? How's that for noise, huh? Okay, well, now that we've just driven away the dozen of people that are watching this, you can stop doing that. All right, so Cyclonus, Transformers Armada Cyclonus. an interesting guy. For one thing, they're, of course, using the name Cyclonus. Whoops. Here we go. We'll just press the button. So they're reusing the Gen 1 name Cyclonus, but this time it applies to a helicopter, which I would arguably say is a more appropriate alt mode for a character named Cyclonus, you know, because cyclone and you know, like rotary stuff. I wonder if these are supposed to be
speaking of cyclones and rotary stuff, Tim Kangaroo is here.
Whoa! Tim Kangaroo! A toast to Tim Kangaroo. Welcome, sir! And Tim Kangaroo... No, that. So you came at a time and you've missed nothing. Missed absolutely nothing. So, all right. Tim Kangaroo says, crank it. You know what? Here we go. This is for you, Tim Kangaroo.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Okay. There we go. You stop it. Give me that.
Nope.
Give me that.
Nope.
Never take off. Nuke the site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
You know what? It is the only way to be sure. All right, so give me that. You're looking at it and I can see your mouth watering. So, all right, here we have Cyclonus. He turns into a helicopter thing, you know, a futuristic helicopter vehicle. Let me get that out of the way of the camera so it doesn't try and focus on it. All right, so there we go. It's interesting because in the cartoon, you know, he has his fists right here. In the toy, they're mechanical looking enough that they don't like super stand out. In the cartoon, they were just like they were far more organic fist looking fists than the toy really makes. I mean, you know, it was, and every now and then he would like be grabbing things in vehicle mode because they wanted to make sure that everybody knew his fists were right there. And
hey, if you had fists in vehicle mode, wouldn't you grab at things too?
You know, I don't even know anymore. I just here we go.
No fair, I don't have one. Why do I feel like I'm the Ernest Borgnine in this scenario? Honestly.
You know, you can get your Cyclonus back when you learn to use him responsibly.
I was using him responsibly. I was responsible for much chaos. Duh.
That's
Duh.
accurate. That is accurate.
Duh.
So here we have him, and he is in his vehicle mode. He's got an interesting vehicle mode. For one thing, it's very detailed. Like there's a lot of mold detail going on in this guy. You take a look. They've got mechanical bits and a lot of different mechanical textures molded into him, which it adds to the aesthetic. He's got a nice aesthetic. He's got the guns underneath here, which are cool looking. And here's what's also interesting about his vehicle mode, aside from the fact that there is the ratcheting, the propeller action there, but there's his minicon attaches to the front. So this is the minicon. The minicon makes up the front of the vehicle. And then if you pull the minicon off, he's kind of grabbing with his arms. So you pull the minicon off, then they've got a second front to the vehicle right there, so that if the minicon isn't present, he still has a complete mini vehicle mode, and that's something that I really, really appreciate the design of. Like that's pretty cool that they went into the thought of making sure that if you don't have the minicon, he is still complete. So then you have this guy, and he's got this little gun on the underside for being on the front of Cyclonus, and it's got this little thing on the bottom so you can make it go back and forth. And when he's not like that, you rotate the arms around, and boom, he's a little tank. Look at that! He's a little tank. He's a little tank guy. Don't put him in your mouth. Don't put him in your mouth.
Looks like a hamburger. Hamburger.
He is not a hamburger.
Totally a hamburger.
He is. So.
What's that? You are a hamburger? Yes.
Is that Omnibot? So Tim Kangaroo says, Coke Zero, my #1 energy drink, and this is even more Coke Zero than normal because it's empty. So it's really a Coke Zero. So wait here. Let's do this so that I can toast Tim Kangaroo with the Coke Zero. We're just going to turn the
that is
tea.
zero Coke. There's zero Coke in there.
It is zero Coke. So
yeah, because it's Brenner's citrus. Yeah, that's I'm
citrus
not a fan
green
of that one.
tea.
Not a fan of that. I've tried it. I gave it a shot.
A toast to Tim Kangaroo. That's an interesting combination of the remnants of Coke Zero and diet citrus green tea, but this is for you, Tim Kangaroo.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, heck yes.
So, all right, let's take a look at Crumple Zone is the name of his minicon.
Hamburger.
He's not named Hamburger.
He's a White Castle slider, man.
He is not a White Castle slider. He's a little tank. Look, he's a little tank. Here, there. We'll put it like that. That's more like a tank.
It's an adorable nom nom.
It is an adorable tank.
Nom
I mean,
nom.
that is a cute little tank mode. I really dig the tank mode.
He's so cute, you just want to eat him whole.
And he does kind of look delicious. Admittedly, he does kind of look delicious. He's got a rotating turret, which is very cool. And the gun actually, because it does that thing for Cyclonus, it does the same thing here in tank mode. He's got a couple little rollers on the bottom so that he does roll. So that's cool. The detail on him isn't bad, and the colors aren't bad. Like this is one of the coolest little minicons that they've produced for this line because he actually really works as a tank and he really works as a front end to Cyclonus.
Does he really work as a robot?
Let's find out. So I'm going to pull the legs out here. There we go. And then I bet, yep, you just rotate these around. And so simple transformation, but nonetheless, acceptable robot mode.
For a minicon, that's totally fine.
Yeah, you can see a little molded in fist there, which is still better than the fists in Gen 1 wheelie. So, you can have the, I kind of like the turret up, but you could have the turret down, which would probably help his stability. And, well, I guess it doesn't go all the way to the ground, so it doesn't really matter. You can just have it up.
Stable enough.
So, yeah.
Minicon,
his arms move. He has a knee joint, and he has ball joints at the hips that don't give you a lot of articulation, but it does allow the legs to separate somewhat, so he can still get into a nice A stance, which that's cool. Yeah, and yeah, he's stable. He stands up. So yeah, Crumple Zone is like a shining star of minicons in a world where some of the minicons are not as well conceived as others.
I'm kind of concerned for him because so he turns into the front end of he can turn into the front end of Cyclonus, right?
Yes.
And his
yes.
name is Crumple Zone.
I
feel bad for him. I feel like this is foreshadowing.
Cyclone.
It seems like it's foreshadowing poor wheelie things to him.
Crumples or Cyclonus did get shot down a lot, so there may be a reason why he's named Crumple Zone. But yeah, regardless, a really nice minicon for Cyclonus. Nonetheless, this is Cyclonus without the minicon attached. And you know what? I still dig it. Like, I think that he looks better with the minicon on.
It's kind of like, this is what happened when Crumple Zone lived up to his name.
Crunch! So...
he was the Crumple Zone.
Palm in his face. So there you go. I'm quoting MGO now. There we go. I like the colors. I like the teal and the purple and the blue. And even like the kind of off-white here, the sort of tan. It just works with the muted teal here and the brown bits. It's it's an unusual color scheme, but it actually works pretty well. Of course, he does turn into a robot. So let's go ahead and let's... Oh, what? Okay, so Monica's pointing out that there's... on the Cybertron version, there's little guns there. This one does not have them. This does not have guns there. So let's go ahead and turn him into a robot because he does that. Pretty obviously, the legs are underneath. So we're going to fold those out and do that.
Do you think the legs underneath are more obvious than where the arms are?
The legs are just about as obvious as where the arms are.
So we can do a helicopter battleoid?
We can absolutely do a helicopter battleoid. Here we go. That is helicopter battleoid mode. Yeah, look at that. So, yeah.
No, I'm gonna do it.
It is.
I can't believe you let me have it.
I had a moment of pity, and this is what happens when I have a moment of pity.
I made you pity.
And it really was. Give me that. So, all right. So
Robin's like, he's like 85% transformed at the moment.
He is. So one thing that I probably should have done is you have to rotate at the waist, and now there we go. He's got robo legs and robo arms, and then you just pull down the back end, and then we can flip up the head, and at this point you just go until it clicks, and now we've got. I don't like the placement. Like it's just right there. I'm not gonna touch it, but it's just right there. That's how they designed the toy. I understand how it ended up there, but I feel like
Nobody touched nothing.
No.
That wasn't funny, man.
I'm not comfortable with this. That's, well.
You're welcome.
So just remember, there was a warning on the thumbnail for this live stream.
It says what it is on the tin.
So there we go. Yeah, that's how that works. So we sort of have a shoulder that can go up here since the wings kind of go up, and then you have an arm that goes forward and back, and you do have an elbow joint. So you got moderate, pretty decent arm articulation. That's not bad. I kind of wish that this would kind of hold itself into position, but it's just a little bit floppy. You also have a waist pivot, but you sort of have to pull the back away in order to do it. But it is there. You also have the leg that goes forward. Unfortunately, once again, the legs don't move away from the body. He can't pivot his legs outwards. But at least because of that shoulder or that waist pivot, you can sort of try to get him into some different poses. And then just sort of due to the transformation, you can also kind of adjust the heels to fit different situations of making him stand and hold a pose. But for the most part, he's going to stand here, and he does have his firing weapons, which hey Wheelie. Hey, Wheelie, pal. Can you come over here? Wheelie will do what he's gotta do, but he wants to say screw you. Thanks, Wheelie. That was poetic. So here we go. Let's just take Crumple Zone here, and we're going to plug him in to the arm, and we'll press. And nothing.
Right into the crumple zone.
Wow. That's where we're going with that.
That's where we're going with that.
Okay. Well, this one didn't fire. That's I can't. Let's see. Yeah. That one doesn't.
I'm pretty
fire.
sure that appeared in Maverick. Crumple Zone. Yeah, they needed something, it's kind of aged, so it's no longer the Danger Zone, it's just Crumple Zone.
Got it. So let's try the other one. Here we go, and maybe. Oh, come on, you can do it. Let me pull out the Minicon a little bit. Okay, here we go, and. Yeah, it's just not doing it. He cannot fire his weapons anymore. Wheelie, you have survived. Congratulations. Thank you for that. So,
not to interrupt, but stepping back for a moment, there were both Energon and Cybertron versions of Demolisher for some reason.
I do remember the Energon version of Demolisher, even though there was an actual Energon version of Demolisher that was a totally new thing. But Cybertron version? Look at that. When did that happen? I don't remember that at all. He looks...
I like that they made the Cyber Planet Key just attach into the Minicom port.
Well, you know what? They did that with a lot of the Armada characters that got remolded for the Cybertron line. The Small Optimus Prime had the same thing where he had a planet key, but it actually just had a Minicon port on the underside, and you plug it into his back, and then he could still do his little jiggle thing. So, yeah.
Great. Now you lost the missile.
I didn't lose the missile. It's right
gone
there.
Forever.
It's not gone forever. It's just right there. So,
Perry Viking says that I guess those firing mechanisms are around 20 years old.
They are about 20 years old. And this is another one that I don't think I bought new. I think I bought him secondhand, probably at the Groovy store. So yeah, he's in pretty good shape overall, but the missile firing just it don't work no more. So
missile firing doesn't work anymore. It doesn't sound like a 20-year-old toy. It sounds like a 40-year-old toy.
So of course, for the
Just saying, Cyclonus, they make a prescription for that. Just so you know.
So they did do a remold of Cyclonus for the Cybertron line, and this is It is Cybertron Buzzsaw, and they remolded the front, so it's got this very round thing going on. And yeah, that it pivots down, but no longer has a mini con attached. I wonder if I wonder if we can fit him on anyway. I want to see if we can do this. I'm very, very curious. So let's go ahead and flip this around here. And oh wait, here let's do there. So we'll do that. All right. So, can he do it? Can he do it? Can he kill his brother? Come on, you can get on there. You can get on there.
Stay on Cyclonus.
Stay on Cyclonus.
Stay on Cyclonus.
Yeah! Yes! It looks ridiculous! But they did not change the attachment points, so you can absolutely put Crumple Zone on Buzzsaw, even though it's... I don't know why you would want to. But yeah, so Buzzsaw, it has... Yeah, whereas... now, can I get him off? That's the question.
Well...
Let's thank you for the moral support. There we go. All right, so yeah, Cybertron Buzzsaw is a bit of a retool, but he's still got the ratcheting thing. He's been fit with a Cyber Planet Key port, which is sporting one of the planet keys that I molded way back in the day. I was not very good at molding, but yeah, I made a silicon mold of planet keys, and this is one that I made out of black aluminite, and it is kind of fugly. It is a fugly key, but it does function as a planet key. So you can presumably fire the weapons.
That's the Char Planet Key.
That is the Char Planet Key, yes. So yeah, that goes in there, and
or maybe the Quintessa Planet Key. Since Quintessa was a pretty fugly, for air quotes, planet. Since
you know what, Quintessa was cool. It had all those neat rings on it and stuff. Oh boy, that does not want. That does not want to come out.
Spudger! It's Spudger time! Go, Power Spudger!
I may have to pull that out later. Let's just pull that out later. But nonetheless, yeah. So we've got Buzzsaw here. He transforms exactly the same as Cyclonus. We're just going to pull the legs down. We're going to pull the arms down, even with the awkwardly placed planet key. And then we will split the body and then flip up the head. And there we go. So, yeah, this is Buzzsaw. And,
there is a Japan-only mini-con for Galaxy Force that is a repaint of Crumple Zone there. They called Trigger that perfectly matches Buzzsaw. And as we can...
Yeah.
Man, look at that.
Yeah, you know what? He does. It looks just as ridiculous as Crumple Zone did, except the color matches. But it does fit in there.
I think it looks a little less ridiculous because the color matches.
At least the color matches. But that newly
the new cockpit piece looks way more odd.
Right. Like hold him up. Let's show the camera. So like this is a pretty big bulbous passenger compartment or cockpit or whatever you want to call it, and this one is just very, very, very small. And so obviously it just, whereas this one is far more subtle when it's flipped up out of the way. This one is not subtle at all. So yeah, that is. Don't. That's unnecessary. Please. My channel is going to get demonetized. Oh right, it's not monetized.
Oh no, they're gonna take all your $0 away from you.
You know, maybe they'll stop advertising on my videos, which I don't get any money for, which is how they protect content creators or something. That's kind of butts. Anyway, so yeah, that is really stuck in there. I'm gonna have to take that apart to get that planet key out. So yeah, I've learned a lesson. So, all right, so that was Cyclonus with Crumple Zone, and thank you for that.
You're welcome. I bring content and flavor.
You do. Whoops, here. Give me that. No. Give me that. So, last but not least on our agenda tonight is a character that... Fine, you can have the Spudger. A character that needs no introduction. Oh, wait, actually, he completely needs an introduction because he's largely forgettable. This is the Retrobot logo. No, this is Transformers Armada Thrust.
Squidhead!
Yeah. Let me put him on the lower riser here. So here we go, and we'll just whoops. There. Stay. There we go. So there we have Transformers Armada Thrust. We got this one secondhand. Did we get this at one of the conventions or one of the shows that we saw? He was missing his Minicon and the little tray in the back that holds the Minicon. Fortunately, since I kit bashed that Sunstorm, which is just a recolor of this figure, then I had a Minicon that is just a recolor of that Minicon, and I made a tray out of styrene. My tray is not right. I'm just going to go ahead and admit it. The tray is not right. It's supposed to drop down like 1/4 of an inch more, and then where the hinges.
It looks perfectly fine for a Minicon serving tray. Here is your hors d'oeuvre of Minicon.
Now,
nom.
Now, I'm just going to say that I have... Like this, I have problems with this toy. There is a reason why the only version I got was the recolor done as Sunstorm, and then I immediately started kit bashing it. Because, for one thing, when you don't have the Minicon in the tray, especially on the other version, that tray is dropped down so low, it just there's this gaping chasm in between the tails on the thing. It's like he's got a parking lot on the back of him, and so it's best if you do have the Minicon in place because it definitely fills in the gap. But then he's got a truck parked on his back.
I mean, I don't. Isn't that common? Like, doesn't the entire United States Air Force have like jets with trucks parked on their back?
I don't think they do.
I could have sworn that that there was
I'm pretty sure that's not something that
the GI Joe
yeah. Where you know what?
Where was I going with that? I don't know. I wanted to say like the Truck Quest X90 or something. On that doesn't really work, bro. It is. No,
I was gonna let you roll with it.
Yeah,
I wanted to see where this was headed.
I thought I had something that didn't quite come.
It was headed nowhere.
Spudger. No,
hands off. So this is his vehicle mode, and as jet modes, it wouldn't be bad if it didn't have a parking lot in the back.
Well, but
of
the
it.
parking lot is full, so there's a party going on there, right? Now.
I guess there's a party going on in the back. It's yeah. So he's got.
It's the Decepticon truckload sale.
He's got big, beefy engines. In the back, those are big beefy engines, and he's got wheels that roll, so he's got that, and he's got landing gear in the front, so that's good. He's got a VTOL thing here, so he's got that going for him. He's got firing weapons, so really.
I got a question.
Yes?
So there's a VTOL on the top, right?
Sure.
Is there the corresponding on the bottom?
Let's just imagine that there is.
No. So, yeah, he's just got a fan to push him down.
Maybe. Very
it's
often.
Not a VTOL. It's a vertical crashing system.
But admittedly, like for the lifespan of pretty much the entire Transformers line, they've never given a crap about the bottom of jets.
True.
The bottoms of the jets just do not count towards anything. Only the original version, the original masterpiece Starscream, did they actually care about the bottom of the jet.
I think the Gen 1 thrust wings had their VTOs in the wings were on the bottom too.
Are you sure? I don't remember. So yeah, and Rob S says it's a cooling fan because thrust is so hot. Bam! There we go. A toast to Rob. Wait here. Oh yeah, that's my Coke.
More toasts. Clay needs to have his delicious zero Coke.
A toast to Rob.
Nom.
All right, so let's just see. These are those. I love this. Like, I think that the engineering on this is actually really, really cool. It's a shooting missile that has no springs and no extra parts. It's just a launcher and a missile, just two molded parts, but it functions like this. Oh, that was.
Oh yeah, that was impressive.
Okay, well, yeah. Let's
that was.
It is like a 20-year-old toy, so give it some slack. There we go. Except that we missed, but it did fire. So it fired. But you know what? There is also a spring-loaded missile right here on the top, and that one. You know what, Wheelie? You've earned. No.
Sorry.
He has earned his.
No.
His.
No.
Yes, he earned it.
No, he didn't.
He stood there and he waited for suffering to happen, and the universe granted him a pass.
It is wrong.
So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the vehicle mode, because this is as good as it's going to get with this character. I'm just telling you right now. This is the best view. The jet mode is the best view of this toy. Now I feel like the wings are kind of dinky for the mass of the body here. But and I don't like the parking lot in the back, but it does have that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So wait. I guess here, let's press this so that we can see what we're okaying.
So the Lockheed thing. So the vent. Well, there was still the vent in the bottom, but the big circle, and then it shoots back to those.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So
he's basically based off of the Lockheed Lightning II.
So there you go. We have learned something. All right. So yeah, there you go. It does have weapons that supposedly fire. Maybe they fired better when it was 20 years younger, but they don't fire.
Somebody went to the stormtrooper school of aiming when they.
You know, you can be replaced. So let's go ahead and turn him into a robot. Let me take the minicon off. So get off of your tray. Get off of your tray.
Till all are broken.
He was already broken when I bought him.
Till all are more broken.
You know, the problem is that this tray has sides on it, and you can't give him a twist. There we go. All right.
And who designed that tray?
I hand built the tray. Okay, that's why it doesn't have any molded in detail. It's just flat pieces of painted styrene. So and a 5mm peg that I drilled a hole in. The hinge bits are actually little screws that I cut the heads off of, screwed in, and then filed to make fake pegs. But you know, it works. It serves the function. But anyway, so yeah, we have Inferno here. He is just a little missile truck, and here we'll move him out of the way so that the camera doesn't get confused while looking at Inferno.
Yes, my queen.
Yes, my queen. We must protect. See, now that time, where were you when we were facing off Wheelie? Like what the hell? I don't understand. Anyway, so here is Inferno. That he is a little missile truck, and he looks fine. You know, he's a decent little truck. He's got little rolly wheels. The pivoting waist joint makes the front end of the truck kind of wobbly. He kind of does this a lot.
It's off-road stabilization. Obviously,
I guess yeah, sure, that's what it is. To turn him into a robot, we fold the cab forward, bend at the knees, right there, and then we bring the arms around from the back, right there, and right there, and then this thing actually comes off, and I can reach the missile there. So we have missile. There's a missile. Let's see. There. Okay. And then that's there. And I don't know what you do with this thing now that it's separated. I think that you can like stick it on the arm maybe. Yeah, you can stick it on the arm. So he's got an arm gun, and he's not a bad little minicon. You know, he's pretty decent. He's got moving arms. He's got moving legs. He's got knee joints. He's got a pivoting waist. He's actually pretty well articulated as minicons go. So, you know, the royalty is pretty well protected by Inferno here. He's a pretty, now that's kind of a fugly looking face. I don't know what's going on with the face there, but nonetheless, yeah, he's a cool little dude. I actually dig Inferno.
Just don't look at his face.
Just don't look at his face. But yeah, Inferno, he's decent, and he's got firing weapons that sometimes could be used against Wheelie, but apparently not live on camera. So we're gonna set him aside, and we'll look at thrust here. Thrust, we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna turn him into a robot, and I feel like this is just a little bit washed out. Let me adjust this. There, one click. There we go. That's a little bit better. So you're going to, with this guy, you're going to fold this out of the way. You're going to take the arms. These are arms, by the way, and they're just sticking out the back. We're going to take the wings, and they are on this double jointed linkage piece that goes right there. We're going to take the legs away from the sides, and they just peg in on these pegs that are on the sides of the cockpit. And we're going to rotate the thighs downwards so that we can straighten out the knees. and then you separate the nose cone. So they've got an artificial cockpit underneath the actual cockpit, and that's going to swing around here. So first, let's take the legs down and bring them forward like this, rotate them around like that so that they're facing the underside of the plane, and then we flip the feet down like that. Then we can take this, we can fold up the landing gear here. The head is on this rotating little thin piece here. So you're going to rotate that thin piece and then rotate the head again so that the whole thing can go up in here, and then you can tip his cone head back to reveal his face. Bring the arms down, and there you go. Now you can take the back here and kind of close it up against his back. If you want, you can kind of leave it against. You can leave a little bit of a gap here. That way he has room for his arms or whatever these are. He is. Let's see. Oh, the other thing that you can do. I don't know. I guess you could. I think that this comes off. No, it doesn't. So yeah, that's him. He looks like this. This he's got missiles on his legs, and he's just this is what he does.
Well, he's named Thrust, and he has a cone head. You must be happy. Because
that's
cone heads.
Let's take his mini-con, and I think that the mini-con does something.
Runs away screaming.
So let's take the mini-con. You put the mini-con on his chest, and then it causes the wings to do this because reasons. It does this. Let me raise the camera. Just you need to see. It does this, everybody. Look, it does. I don't know. I lost the missile again. So, there's Thrust. And now you can really understand why it is that that I didn't buy this guy when he came out, and then they did the Sunstorm repaint, and I bought it and immediately just kind of tore it apart and started trying to fix it, because like this guy sucks. I hate to say it, but his head is kind of dumb looking.
Squidhead. They actually make Megatron and they make fun of it in the show.
So here it's a little bit better now that I've got it further back. So that
But I don't think it's supposed to go that far back.
Well, I didn't change it so that it could go that far back, but that.
Well, I mean,
helps.
I don't think it was. In the animation, he had that kind of conehead look.
He doesn't have hands.
No.
Like how is this? How is this just this jet with wings on it? Like how does that's not hands.
I like in the show, so since Demolisher had tube fingers, right?
Yes.
They drew him with a circle of tube fingers to kind of emulate the little ribs on the end of the jets.
I get
that.
That.
But again, yes, he does not have hands.
These aren't hands. These aren't hands. And Okay, he's got firing weapons on his shins.
Well, you see,
what good is that? Like he can't even lift his leg.
This is why when he was trying, he had to sneak around to get stuff people to do things for him because he really just needed a hand.
I mean, I guess if he wanted to fire his weapons at somebody, he could like maybe balance on one foot and be like, okay, I'm gonna get you.
He's just gonna burn them with where his hands are. He's just got 2 blow torches. Who cares about what's on his knees? I'm just gonna walk up and, I'm gonna hot rod you. Except instead of the flames coming out of pipes on my arms, it's just where my hands should be.
That's.
And then I'm gonna put my Minicon on my chest and cool myself down with the breeze of my flapping wings.
So, yeah, that is thrust, and I'm probably never going to fix this tray so that it's more like the original tray, because this toy kind of sucks.
This toy is going back into the bin and only be retrieved when we're going to talk about bad toys.
Cause you know what? He's kind of lanky and his joints aren't very tight. And maybe that's just this one, but I don't know. Sunstorm wasn't really any better. I did a lot of joint tightening on him too. So yeah, he's absurd. He's just it's not a good toy. It's bad. It's just bad. That's I'm done with thrust. I'm not even going to discuss his articulation because his robot mode is absurd. I would still prefer that you not put him in your mouth.
No.
So that's it. Way to end on but that is the Decepticon, the Transformers Armada Decepticon thugs. There are of course more Decepticons than just those. But I think that we're gonna probably hit the Autobots next time. We're gonna mix it up, do some Autobots next time that we do our Armada Retrospective series. Some good Minicons. And I like Starscream. I really like Demolisher. And Cyclonus is decent. But boy, Thrust is just a pile of robo poop right there. That's just just not very good. So we are a small channel trying to get bigger. So if it's not too much trouble, if you liked this live stream, if you stuck with this live stream, then by all means give it a thumbs up. You scrubbed through this live stream
hoping for comedy gold.
Give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to consider subscribing to the channel, and if you do, click the notification bell so that you know when we're doing these live streams, which typically happen every Friday night at 8:00 p.m. Eastern United States time, as well as our Short Circuits videos, which are shorter form freestanding videos that we release periodically throughout the week as we are able to produce them. Also, if you are in a position to help the channel grow, consider our Patreon. We do have different levels with commitment with different rewards and exclusive content as our way of saying thank you to our patrons, because we really do appreciate all the help that we can get. And of course, with that being said, we do have a very special guest to thank our patrons. It is the Chaos Bringer himself, Unicron.
Thank you, patrons, our ultimate retro heroes. No, I'm not. Thank you, Fetchmere, Rob S., Matt White, Starhound, Setsune Wave, Don, Hope and Michael D, and Colleen. Thank you. Now get your fingers out from behind my head. That's infuriating. I am a dark god of chaos. I am not to be mocked. Stop it.
Thank you, Unicron, for whatever that was. All right, so next week is super exciting. We have a special guest, Hunter from D&E Collectibles. That's right, the same D&E Collectibles that we're always talking about.
That this show supports.
That's right, the same Hunter who keeps forcing me to buy really big things that I don't have room for by offering me ridiculous deals. He is going to be here to talk about the difference between Hot Toys and Sideshow collectibles figures. It's going to be very cool. We're looking forward to it. So yeah, and with all that being said, a toast to Rob S. A toast to Tie Guy. A toast to Joy. A toast to the Machiavellic. A toast to Colleen. A toast to aliens and space. A toast to Mr. Sauron. A toast to Adventure Mode. A toast to Christopher Remley. A toast to Paul. A toast to the Ding. A toast to Perry Viking. And a toast to Tim Kangaroo. I know I did all those. I didn't go back and forth. I apologize.
Okay.
I'm a toast hog. I love toast. It's delicious. You take regular bread, you put it in a toaster, it comes out delicious, especially when you put butter on it.
It's a lot of carbs.
It is a lot of carbs, and you know, that's not necessarily good for your diet. Especially like you put butter and then jelly, and that's even more delicious, but it's also even more carbs.
The butter, not so much. Jelly, yeah, the sugar is...
You could put the butter and the jelly and then peanut butter and banana. And that would be even more delicious and more carbs.
Well, why don't you put some cheese on that? I mean, holy cow, you just ruined that.
You know what? Peanut butter and cheese is actually really good, but, you know, you're not good.
Bananas are nasty.
Bananas are... You don't like bananas?
Bananas are nasty.
He doesn't like bananas. Our music timed out. I guess we've got to... Okay, this is Clay saying, keep it retro! Come on, do it with me. Keep it retro! No. This is Clay and Dawn saying, keep it retro! No. Keep it retro! Come on, do the... You could do it with the Spudger. Yeah, keep it retro! But... That... Wow.
Keeping it classy. Oh, yeah.